Wow, this is quite steep.
Yeah. So this is where I spent about the first year that I was bedbound.
Nick Benton has ME, or myalgic encephalomyelitis. The symptoms include pain, crushing fatigue and brain fog after only small amounts of physical or mental activity. Nick spent nearly a year in this room, confined to the bed.
I was just up here in pitch black silence, blinds closed. My dad had to put tape over the cracks in the blinds because there was still too much light getting through, and that was it. That was how I lived.
It affects over 400,000 people in the UK. Nick first started feeling ill in December 2020, but it became more serious very quickly. Even small amounts of light and sound would trigger his ME symptoms, and his parents had to care and advocate for him.
So we didn't even see his eyes for over a year. So yes, it was just like dealing with somebody almost in a coma. It was just heartbreaking because it got to the stage where he couldn't even speak. Nobody really understands what it's like to not even have the energy to speak.
Nick puts his recovery down to time, luck, and being fortunate enough to seek private medical help.
The people involved in my care stopped kind of pushing me to do more and more and more, and just kind of let me really take things at my own pace. And I think that really helped me to slowly come out of it at my own pace.
What is it like to see him back on track?
Absolutely unbelievable, unbelievable. We never would have imagined 6 months ago that he would be out of bed every morning.
Today, for the first time, a plan that Nick and others with ME have waited for has finally been announced. The key areas are research, attitudes and education, plus improving the lives of those living with the condition. The Health Minister, Ashley Dalton, said care for people with ME has varied widely and in the worst cases has left some people feeling that their illness is not recognised by the health and care system. But is this plan enough to shift medical doctrine?
Well, as someone who is trained in the British medical system, I firsthand can tell you that we are not taught about it. And that will change now with the government's final delivery plan. You were almost taught that this is some sort of a psychological disease. We can't undo where we're at, but we can change things moving forward.
The delivery plan was first commissioned back in 2022 by the Health Secretary at the time, Sajid Javid, whose family member had ME.
What's your reaction to this plan? Lots of people have been waiting a long time for this.
First of all, let me say about the report that there are a couple of things in there certainly that are hugely welcome. You're raising awareness and also having a sort of dedicated clinical pathway for those with severe ME. Obviously, that's got to be set up. But on research, it is disappointing that there's no dedicated funding, no ring-fenced. I'm not going to tell West Streeting what to do on this. His job is hard enough, and I know that he's taking this seriously because he's finally publishing this plan.
With this ME delivery plan, what do you hope it will achieve for people?
Well, having experienced very severe ME, I know that there's no real care pathway for people who are that ill, and if they need to go into a hospital, there's just no plans for the accommodations to be made, nothing like that. And I really, really hope that the plan has something for people with very severe ME and clear plans to improve that care and treatment.
Reaction to the plan so far from advocacy groups has ranged from disappointment to woefully inadequate. And for a group of people that have felt unheard for so long, warm words of recognition may feel like scant comfort.